Hey, Mr. Marra. It's Stephen Elliman, class of 2013. Congratulations on retirement. I wish I could be there in person doing this, in a dialogue rather than a monologue with my computer, but I will take what I can get. Um, I want to use this as an opportunity to thank you, and thank you in a number of ways. Um, Thinking about my life, there's a group of people who they each and every one of them act as a kind of switch in the road. The person I'd be without them would be completely different than the person I am with them, just because the cascade of actions, yeah, it would just lead to a totally different life. And I'm incredibly grateful for your impact, how you've acted as that switch in my life. And I was hoping to go through a few ways that you've been that. First, in a more practical sense, the most practical sense, history has become a vital source of guidance in my life. What I studied in college was a combination of, or I saw as a combination of the past and future. I studied economics and anthropology as a kind of composite between philosophy and history. And history encourages thinking in terms of the long view of the past. And with that, I think it encourages thinking about the long view of the future. So, with that in mind, I studied computer science. That was a gamble. That was a real gamble at the time, and it was a life altering one, in a really positive way. I credit an appreciation with history for that choice and for it working out. Today, I am a software engineer in San Francisco, working at the intersection of cloud and cybersecurity. I joined a startup after college as engineer number 7 or something. That startup was bought, and in the last 2 years, my team has quadrupled in size. And I feel like I'm increasingly in a position where I have impact. I have real impact. I have agency, and I feel like it very much is credited to that path I took, and that in turn is credited, um, really goes to using history and appreciating history as a guide. And the funny thing about the future is that it's, how to say it, the past is always present. The past is always present, and I feel like in a day to day, I use history every single day to inform myself about how I use certain technologies, what choice I make. It's been critical having that guide. Second thing, and this is much more personal, is thank you for the safety you provided. A lot of stuff was going on at home in junior and senior year of high school, and school became a refuge. It became a place where I could go instead of home. It was a place where I could feel safe, and it really made the difference having a place to go. It really made a big, 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 big difference to have that place. And you're in large, it was people like you, but you in particular who offered that sense of safety and support and care. So thank you for that. And then finally, I want to thank you for your example. You are a critical role model in a number of ways. You were probably my first major role model for what a man should be, because until that point, most of my reference points were they were negative role models rather than positive ones. So having you as a positive role model of kind of being able to properly balance and align masculinity with respect was very important. Your emphasis on, excuse me, your emphasis on gratitude and humility was impactful, and I think has made my life materially better. Simply because you're actually in a position to appreciate what you have, rather than having tunnel vision of what you lack. Uh, and then finally, I want to thank you for providing, um, being a role model when it came to balancing being a scholar and an athlete. Um, until you, in my own life, my both my parents are just so alienated from their own health, from their bodies, from athleticism. So having your example, it was like the first time of seeing athleticism and health in a kind of moral, spiritual light, and in a light of it really um, being crucial for how one lives. And I feel like I've made a lot of choices. I certainly thought about it a lot, and I've made a lot of different choices since then. And I very much credit those choices coming from, you really helped nudge those choices. So, yeah. But this is all to say I'm incredibly grateful to have you in my life. Um, I see you as a lifelong teacher, a teacher who I often think about. Downstairs, I still have the copy of War and Peace that you gave me. I've looked at your inscription many a time. Thank you for that. Thank you. I see you as I can only imagine the number of students, the generations of students that you've impacted positively. I really do see you as a kind of, I don't know, moral multiplier. Someone who's had a massive impact on others. And thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for being a teacher. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your example. I will be coming back to Portsmouth in the fall. I would appreciate catching up with you in person then. And until that, I hope you stay in good health and enjoy retirement. Bye.